overall 7x0 both for production, and next part the Sakura Succubus 5. So let's continue where we left off. I don't know what Cosmo's actually trying to do here. If she either trying to console Ayu or she just trying to distract her. Well, we will see in a moment. It's alright, Ayu, don't be sad. Smiling angelically, Cosmos takes hold of Ayu's hand and peers into her face. I won't be going to a store either. I can't. I'm supposed to be appearing in a variety of shows at the end of next week. I have a few commercials lined up that need filming too. I'd like to ignore my responsibilities and spend time with Hiroki, but besides, I can't do that. I don't want to disappoint my fans. So that means this Sakura, Cosmos and Ayu won't be appearing. So, well, I mean, considering there are 5 succubus, no 6 succubus, need to think about. Oh well, we have one succubus in the succubus realm also. That would mean she might actually be there more. And I mean, if the princess actually is a succubus, or even something else, that would be maybe overcrowded. So let's keep going. I can't do that. I don't want to disappoint my fans. They are all very excited about the job opportunities I have lined up. I received lots and lots of supportive fan mail from people. They want me to fail in the quiz show segment so I get covered in slime. They sound very excited about it. Oh, some people go to exceedingly lengths for that. Well, actually, I would much well be covered in slime if I'm allowed to cover up my hair. I care about my hair a fair deal. I don't want to have it covered in slime because cleaning hair to a perfect extent, just right, it's not easy. Yes, I'm very excited about it. Not that I really get it. Cosmos wrinkles her nose. I don't see what's so appealing about slime. It's sticky and it smells bad. That's what people want though, so I do my best to make them happy. I miss Hiroki when he's gone, but it isn't the end of the world. We'll see him again, Ayu. Don't worry. Everything will be just fine. And even if you feel down, I'll be here to console you. No matter what happens, we always have each other. Her glasses away from Cosmos, her face flushed. Well, whatever. I guess you're right. There's no point getting worked up about this. I'm the amazing, incredibly, extremely beautiful IQ Ayu. There's no way Hiroki get tired of me, no matter what the vile tricks Marina and Ifumi and Hazel employ. I still come out on top in his heart. I'm not number 1 in this short for nothing. Well, she wouldn't even be in my heart even if she technically cut a piece of herself off and put it in the heart. Seriously. Huh. But Ayu, Cosmos Bro Winkles, I thought your latest song was number 2 in the charts. Mihama Shizuri is actually even more not. Ayu grabs hold of Cosmos' head. Another. She squeezes her skull. Word. Oh there. Nina sighs. The children are fighting again. I do wish they could be more mature. Whoops, I clicked outside the screen. There. Aren't you too old to bicker like this? Oh, you know a lot about being old, wouldn't you, Marina? You might call yourself a sophisticated lady, but that's just a nice way to saying you're past it. Past it? Why, I never. And as for you, Cosmos, I don't want you mentioning Suri around me. She's as good as dead to me. Sure, her latest single might have sold a little more than mine, but that doesn't mean anything. She has an unfair advantage. She debauched 15 years ago, then fell off the face of the planet. How could I have known she released a brand new single after all this time, a day before my newest release? Of course, all her old fans ate it up, old being the operative word. She's in her mid-30s now. She's even older than Marina. She has no business being an idol. She ought to be ashamed of herself. I'm not old, how dare you? Hazel observes the carnage and in a partial observer for once, and laughs. Elbowing me in the ribs, then she says a conspiratorial tone. There's not a dull moment when you're surrounded by a harem of loving succubi. Oh yes, it's all fun and games. Are you? And something. Until Marina scalps Ayu chokes Cosmos, I suppose. As at least I won't be accompanying me on my upcoming trip to Astoria. That's something to be grateful for. I do like her. Her indigence can be kind of adorable when it's not so incendiary. But the temper as volatile as a volcano. Spending so much time with her can be exhausting. Actually, deploying an explosive on a volcano could actually make it erupt. So, is there any explosives around? Well, volcanoes does erupt usually due to earthquakes, so, yeah. In Astoria, however, I should be able to kick back and relax. I can hardly wait. First, however, it'd be nice if I could have a talk with Hifumi to confirm the particulars of the upcoming trip. Maybe after I turn Ayu away from Cosmos. Our resident cat girl is starting to look alarming blue in the face, and I'm not just talking about her hair. Would it kill Ayu to chill out every once in a while? If it doesn't, I'm afraid it seriously kill Cosmos. Doesn't technically succubus when they die go back to the succubus realm and pretty much be able to leave it directly? I mean, she probably must be gone a day or two before she returns. To my relief, it doesn't take me all that long before I'm able to talk to Hifumi like I was hoping. Hifumi winds up visiting me the following night at my small rundown apartment of her own volition. I wasn't expecting any guests, and Hifumi's sudden arrival comes as quite a surprise, though it is of course a pleasant one. Hifumi greets me elegantly as per usual, and I apologize for stopping by unannounced, and apology I wave aside as being unnecessary. I offered to serve Hifumi some tea. If my mother taught me anything, it's that offering guests green tea is the only polite thing to do. But Hifumi reversed my offer on me and instead asked if she could prepare the tea for me. I am the one imposing upon you, Hiroki dear, by visiting you at such an advanced an hour. This being the case, it would be only fitting for me to prepare the tea. I do not wish for you to go to any extra trouble, not for my sake. Moreover, I enjoy doting upon you. I find it most satisfying. That was what Hifumi said. I wasn't able to stop her, so instead I squelched over to the tatami in the kitchen cum living room. That's I know I pronounced that wrong, but I'm not gonna reread it because I pronounced that wrong. That was just too much of a fun, actually wrong pronunciation to change. I sat here for a while, cross-legged upon the floor while Hifumi worked. Hifumi, being elegant and dexterous, wasted no motion in preparing the tea. She had a pot brewed in only a few minutes and 2 poured cups, which she then carried to me on a tray with more grace and poise than any waitress. Here you go, dear. I need to take another sip of water. Hifumi now says, handing me a cup. Please drink up, but do not be careful, it's hot. In fact, Hifumi smiles, perhaps I ought to blow on your tea for you first, so you don't burn your tongue. I wouldn't want you to scald yourself. Oh, it's alright. You don't need to baby me, really. I know I don't need to, but I would like to. And in any event, I do not regard you as a baby. You are more akin to a husband to me. A devoted wife would wish to ease their husband's burdens in whatever small manner they are able. Would you not allow me to this privilege, dear? Well, as a way abashed. Hifumi might dress and act as a traditional Japanese manner, but she's not shy wallflower. She can be quite assertive when she wants to. Such a degree, it's a little disconcerting. I wonder if that's because she's a succubus. If you really want to, then I won't stop you. Go right ahead. Wonderful. You're too kind, dear. But then again, that's precisely the reason why I like you so. Pleased by this victory, minor though it might be, Hifumi blows atop the surface of my green tea. She blows and blows with soft hoo sounds until she is satisfied whatever loving wife quote she's desperate to fulfill. This task thus carried out, Hifumi hands the cup back to me. Now you may drink it. Hope you enjoy it. Sure I will. You brewed it after all. I offer Hifumi a smile which makes her laugh. My, you certainly know how to ensure a woman's heart and snare a woman's heart. I like you a good deal already, dear, but with every moment I spend in your company, I find myself growing more and more enamored. I don't know what that does mean. I have an idea, but I'm not sure that's correct, so I'm not even going to pronounce it. Hifumi and I sit a few moments in the silence, sipping at our tea while I observe her. Hifumi, dark hair, cascades about her slender shoulders like a waterfall, and her face is carefully made up. There's not a single wrinkle in Hifumi's attire, though it's comprised of many parts and looks tedious to put on. Her obi is tied to perfection, and her long sleeves are draped gracefully upon her lap. Hifumi is so enchanting, in fact, she looks quite out of place in my crude apartment. I'm so acutely aware at the stains in the tatami left by this place's previous resident, not by me, and this discoloration of the blinds. Hifumi doesn't belong in a place like this. He's far too good for it. It's crazy, really, that famous actors like Yamamoto Hifumi wants anything at all to do with me, much less to spend time on my less than luxurious home. I had several months to grow accustomed to Hifumi's affection, almost a year in fact, but I'm still reeling. I swallow down my tea, then look at Hifumi askance. So to what do I owe this the pleasure. I suppose there's a reason why you came over so late, on wanting to brew me tea. Ah, yes, of course. I wanted to partake in viewing your face, which is so very dear to me. But more than that, I thought I owed you an apology. An apology. Yes, indeed. I said many things about you on television last night, things you might perhaps have preferred to keep private. I did not intend before participating in the Karuta competition to make my feelings towards you known. It was not my intention to boast of our relationship, truly it was not. I would hate to put you in an awkward situation, dear, and I would hate to make my sisters jealous too. Ah, so that's what this is all about. I have wondered. I guess that's one mystery solved. It's a good thing Ifumi thought to bring this subject up of her own volition. That saves me the trouble of to talk to her about it too, and about her intentions. It is just sighing. Hifumi dips her head and traces a tip of her index finger about the rim of her teacup. I care for you so much I find it hard to suppress these feelings of mine. I saw a perfect opportunity to confess to the nation, and I could not help but seize it. I am not as young as I used to be, you see. Certainly I'm not so young as Ayu or Cosmos, and now that I am in a relationship with a man I love, I wish to speak of it. I can no longer continue to keep affairs between us a secret, as though it is something I ought to be ashamed of. I'm not ashamed of my feelings for you, not in the slightest, and I wish for the world to know them. Keeping quiet about this has been weighing heavily upon my heart. I cannot take it. Oh, I see. I survey Hifumi from across the table, impressed at her candor. She is breathing pretty heavily, and her shoulders are shaking. It's an unusual sigh coming from a woman as composed as Hifumi so often is. Her accuracy in her tones rings true, and it makes my heart flutter. She really must like me a lot, for her feelings to override her common sense. I'm very flattered you feel that way. I reply after a pause once I had a moment to gather my errant thoughts. I love you a lot too, Hifumi. Do you truly? Of course. I smiled at her. I thought it better keep our relationship a secret, it's true, but that's not because I'm ashamed of you. I thought it'd be easier to manage given you're a celebrity. I don't want our affairs being splashed all over the pages of magazines. Especially not when said magazines would have a field day if they dug a little into my relationship and discern I'm also going out with Cosmos Moretti, Iku Ayu, Wakatsu Marina, and Hazel Williams. But it's too late for regrets now. You already talked about our relationship on TV. It's not possible to take back what you said, but I don't think I'd want you to. I'm happy to let people know about us. Though now that I think about it, I have to break this news to my mother too. Now that'd be fun. I wonder how I should even go about it. I've not had any serious partner in years and years. I've been too focused on my job, and now all of a sudden I have 6 of them, and one of them lives in the succubus realm. For starters, I probably have to tell my mother what a succubi are. I don't think that's a conversation you should ever have. There are 2 things that can happen in such a situation. I didn't believe you, and then go to an insane asylums because they started talking about succubus being real. They had to go there because they actually go completely insane and so. Or the second part, they don't believe you and put you in an insane asylum themselves. There are no third options, really. Will she ever even believe me? My situation is so blatant and unbelievable, I'm not sure I fully accept it myself. And there's the picture. So, at least that was all I have for Sakura Succubus 5 this time. That's it, Lancashire. See you next time. Bye-bye!